Hey traders, Jason here with Day Trading Fearless. In this video, we're going to see if pivot points actually work. These are just regular default pivot points, and we will find out together in this video. But before we begin, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments if you use pivot points or if you ever have, and if you like them. But as always, let's jump right into this video. Okay, so we're going to back test these pivot points right here. I have a 15-minute, 10-day chart, right? And we're going to see day by day if these pivot points actually work, if there's a trade, things like that, right? So let's go to day one. Okay, market kind of overnight session, right, as we could see. So this is from, it looks like Monday after the close, right? The market closes, and look at this. Price rallies into the overnight session, and we have a mini pullback, kind of bounce around here, rally all the way up, and look at this. Next morning, we go right to the top of this pivot point. Okay, so far we're 2 for 2. Now, do we use these as targets? If you're long, you can. Do we use them as resistance when we get there? Do we look for a potential quick short trade? That's another thing we could look at, right? So again, the purpose of this video is to see, do these trades actually work? But also, what type of trade could we do? Do we go long at the pivot points? Do we look for maybe something like this where we rally, break above, pull back, old support or resistance would become new support, and then we bounce higher, maybe get long here, use that swing low as our exit? See how I'm trying to show you guys different ways to trade this, right? Or you could say, hey, when we get here, look for a potential short and then ride it back down. So there's so many different ways. It's no one right way is the correct way, right? So you're going to have to figure this out on your own. But as we look at the second one, okay, so price opens. So this is into the overnight session at 4 p.m. Or 3 p.m. Las Vegas time where I'm at. Price falls, and look at this, right down to one of the main pivot points, and then we have a quick little rally. We kind of do a double bottom bounce, but we fail, and then we fail hard. Never touch this pivot point, come back up, and look at this. We never get up here, but we just kind of go sideways. Next day, price rallies, we trade within this range of these two pivot points. So the way I would trade this, if we go up here, I'd look for a short. If we come down here, I would look for a potential long. Price comes down, falls through the pivot, keeps going. I probably would have been stopped out on that trade. So there was, we'll say no on that pivot if that's the trade that I was looking for potential bounce, right? Price goes sideways, I would then say, hey, if we come down to this, I would look for a long, just barely missed it, and then look at this, we come right to it. Next day, price opens, have a little bit of a rally. Not bad, could have made a couple points on there. If you want to help support my channel, get some trading education, and also get weekly S&P E-mini trade zone levels, support, and resistance, then you need to sign up with my $99 lifetime subscription, one-time payment of the S&P weekly trade zones, where you will get support and resistance levels, any open gaps and VPOCs, and you will also get a 7-hour video course of my top 5 trading strategies that I go over, that I use on a daily basis. Also, as a bonus, you will get over 30 free Thinkorswim custom indicators and charts, and you will get on a weekly basis every weekend Thinkorswim share chart so you can upload the drawings directly to your charts. If you use another brokerage firm, here are all the levels that you'll be able to draw your own levels on. So make sure you check out daytradingfearless.com to sign up, or the link down below. Again, $99, but back to the video. Right, and again, we're looking at the S&P 500 futures for this. Well, guess what? Price kind of goes, bounces around, pulls back to the lower end of the pivot, misses it, so I probably would miss the trade for the bounce up. If we rally up here, I'd be looking for a short, and look at that. Comes right to it, and then a massive short that would have worked, right? Again, the purpose of this video is how could we make a trade? Let's try and build a trade, something like that. Are these pivot points worth maybe looking at? Well, look at this. We come, blow through this, right? But maybe you go, hey, let me try and be a buyer down here. First, you're probably trying to buy here, or maybe you weren't because we already tested over here, and maybe you're going to be patient, wait for this, and look at the bounce up, right? So that day kind of goes, really pretty much keep going. Next day we open, okay, and let's see what price does. We go sideways, okay, again, up here we're looking for a short, down here we're looking for a long. Price goes, wow, look at that, right to the pivot point and a nice bounce. That trade would have worked. Let's do the same thing here, right? Here, probably look for a short up here or a long down here. Okay, price comes down, misses, touches, overshoots a little bit, would have been stopped out more than likely because it's either we're going to be right or right out of the trade, unless you want to give it a bigger rule or kind of like expansion. Well, guess what? Build that into your trade plan. Not saying it's going to work, it's not going to work, things like that, but these are things as you start to backtest, you go, wow, I keep seeing this one pattern happen over and over again. So let's continue. Price rallies, look at that. Potential short, but we probably missed it because it never touched it, right? Now, I would probably, as we're right here, because we've already tested this, I'd be looking for a short there or a long down here. No trade happened. Next day, again, short here, long here. Let's see what price does. Price comes down, kind of misses. Let's see. No trade right here, right? Same exact thing. We're here, long here, short here. And price goes up, overshoots, right? Would have been stopped out, but then massive downfall, blew right through everything. That was a news event. And then on the way up, it just blew right through everything, right? So let's kind of look at this day. Short here, long here, because we're opening. One of the things that I'm starting to see, and I'm doing this, I've never even looked at these before I even started this video. So I'm doing this live and I'm just trying to figure out, okay, this is a way you see. I'm not going to analyze the chart for 10 minutes and then make the video. I'm like, hey, let's see this in real time. And I'm looking for specific patterns that keep happening. Right? And so here I'd be looking for a long here because we're in the middle, or a short up here, very first touch. And look at this, price comes down, could have been a buyer, get a bounce. Okay, now the problem is where is your target? Me personally, to sum up this video, I don't know where to put my target. Are these smash and grab trades? Let me risk 3 or 4 points to get 3 or 4 points, or maybe do a risk 1 to make 2 type of trade. Don't know yet. I need to do a little more work and all that, but maybe you should do some work too and start to see if this is something you want to incorporate with your trading to see if these pivot points really do work. Again, just like anything, they all work, okay? And they work half the time, I believe. It's just how do we narrow our success rate to become better and try and figure out, okay, what pattern do we see over and over more consistent? and all that. So hopefully this video helps. But as always, thanks for watching my videos, and we'll talk to you soon.